Well, welcome back everyone to a very special episode of Greenlight Cinema. I'm Brandon Pacheco, and with me today is Sammie Cassell. We're doing a commentary, and I was like, it's been a while, the new Ghostbusters movie just came out. Why don't we look at the Girls movie, kind of re-examine it. Comic book thing, I think I'm a little familiar with it.
Okay. So, several years ago, I had a guy who worked for me, and I've collected comic books since I collected them when I was young. Bought them out of the where the Napa store is now.
Oh wow!
It used to be a convenience store.
I always heard of Sky City. I'm like, God, I wish I could have went there.
yeah. Sky City may have sold comic books. I don't know, but I always bought mine at that little convenience store.
The toys were on point. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, probably.
I love toys.
The toys were great back then.
Air the plank, weak way. Surprise, surprise! I'm Lando in disguise.
Tim also had a comic book collection. But he was a big toy guy, and he loved science fiction, Doctor Who, and stuff like that. And he approached me at work and said, I want to sell my comic book collection. I got this set of figures I want to buy. And are you interested? And I said, well, bring them in. I'll look at them and see what you got. So he brought them in. They set up on top of a pool table for God knows how long. And I'd flip through them every once in a while. I'm just like, okay, we got to sell on the price. All right, we'll figure it out. Well, he was killed in a car wreck. So I'd walk by and there said all those boxes of comic books. So I finally went through them not too long after that and took what I would have given him to his mom. As I was going through them, I noticed we had a lot of the same taste, so we had a lot of the same books.
Yeah.
So I ended up with like 4 boxes of duplicate books.
Oh my gosh. Did you have like original Man of Steels and stuff?
Probably. He was more DC than I was, so there was probably some of that. A lot of Sandman, a lot of Preacher, DC Vertigo stuff.
I'm not much into the DC stuff. Outside of Batman.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only DC I read.
It's a shame.
Except for the horror line. There's a horror line that Joe Hill does. But anyway, so out of those 4 boxes, I looked at my wife and I said, I don't know what to do with them. Do I take them to a library? I want to get them in the hands of kids.
Yeah, that's cool.
She said, I don't know, you'll figure out something. So I put out on Facebook, if you have kids,
right,
send me your address, private message me your address, the gender of the kid, and what some of their interests are, and I'm going to send you a pack of comic books for free.
That's really cool.
So I did that. Probably 8 or 10 people. I sent them all the way to North Dakota.
Whoa, Argo shout out.
So yeah. So out of that, a teacher down at Hardin Reynolds in Kreitz, that I grew up with, messaged me and said, hey, my kids are grown, but I teach 4th grade. Would you come and talk to my kids about comic books? So out of that was created Sammie the Comic Book Man. And I'll go in and do a presentation. I'll explain how a comic book is made, what got me into reading, which is basically Thor 274, the Star Wars movie, and Stephen King novels.
We need to go see this Batman movie together and do a review on it. I would love to hear your take on it.
I got you! I got you!
Have they got a Batman movie yet that's right to you? Like,
that's right?
Yeah, like his origin. Like, I've heard some people say we still hadn't got the right Batman movie yet with the right actor.
Okay.
Like, Ben Affleck was my favorite portrayal of Batman, but he don't have his own movie.
Here's the thing. I like Christian Bale as Batman.
Yes, but he's boring as Bruce Wayne.
I like Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, because he's fun. That's how Bruce Wayne's supposed to be, like kind of a Tony Starkish a little bit.
Yeah, a little.
Because he's doing a persona, because he's truly Batman. But Bruce Wayne's hey, I'm the party guy that likes to lighten things up, but he's really concerned about the city.
Yeah.
That's what I like, and I'm like, well, have they got that right yet?
I don't think so either. But I mean, if they keep trying, it's kind of like Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire's a great Spider-Man, terrible Peter Parker. Andrew Garfield was a great Peter Parker, a terrible Spider-Man. Tom Holland kind of got it right.
Yes, he is like the perfect blend of them both.
Yep.
I thought about that when I first seen him in Civil War. I was like, boy, they got it right in this movie on that Spider-Man. And they said he was the youngest actor at the time to ever do anything like that in Marvel. I was like, that's cool.
Probably, yeah. I mean, that's a good... whoever's casting for Marvel is doing is knocking it out of the ballpark.
Kevin Feige's got this crazy design of like, we're gonna put this and this, and it's so intricately, artistically planned, and it's so.
Yeah, and I mean he's got a lot of help. Jon Favreau has because it could have went. It was headed sideways. That second Iron Man movie is not good. So it's
the third one was pretty interesting. I like that whole story.
Yeah, the third one wasn't bad.
But I feel like they threw away all his ideas.
The second one was terrible. I'm a massive Thor guy. Cool. Dark World is not the best movie either.
Oh yeah, I've heard that's painful to watch. For a minute, I didn't even know what you're talking about. I was like, is this a comic? Which I'm sure it is, but I know what you're talking about. The second Thor.
Yeah. Dark World is not, as much as I love Thor, it's not a great movie.
That's the black sheep of the
so
Thors.
it could have went badly.
What do you think about Ragnarok? People are like Seinfeld. They either hate it or they don't.
I swear I left him right here.
Right here on the sidewalk or right there where the building's being demolished? Great planning.
How was I supposed to know? Can't see into the future. I'm not a witch.
No? Why'd you dress like one?
Hey, I can't believe you're alive. I saw you die.
You know what I mean? Like, they're like, some people were like, they went too far on Ragnarok. Me and my son, my oldest, we started to really bond on Thor when we watched Ragnarok because it was so goofy and out there and bizarre. And Chris Hemsworth is like who he is in Ghostbusters and not Thor. It feels like, you know, he's like, oh, I'm funny. Knocking over things at Doctor Strange is Paulo.
Yeah. I have a love-hate relationship with Ragnarok. I do not like so much comedy in it.
Yeah, that's a weird thing in a superhero movie.
And it's so weird that they combined the World War Hulk storyline kinda with Thor's story. So is it a Thor movie or is it a Hulk movie? Again, that's whoever's casting that stuff is knocking it out. Because Chris Pine's great as Captain America. Chris Hemsworth is great as Thor. Chris Evans.
Sometimes I combine them and call him Chris Pinesworth.
Yeah, Chris Pinesworth Evans.
Yeah, there you go.
Too many Chris's. Oh, wait.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I was starting to say Pratt too. So you got Pine, Evans, Hemsworth, Pratt. Whew, that's too much. Now Nicholson's great as the Joker.
Yeah.
He's not as good as Heath Ledger because that's a different Joker.
Right.
Mark Hamill plays a different Joker.
Yes.
It's the Jared Leto plays a different Joker.
Joaquin Phoenix is technically not the Joker.
Joaquin Phoenix is amazing.
He was great.
That movie is so good. DC is such a mess filmmaking wise.
Who's their Kevin Feige? Do you know? Like, who's in charge of that?
Jeff Johns.
Oh.
But I mean, that's, you know, there are varying opinions on DC movies. To me, the only one worth a flip is Wonder Woman. The Justice League director's cut is pretty good.
Yes, that's the only one I'll watch.
I despise Man of Steel with a passion.
Me too. It's shockingly terrible.
But my production partner, Dan, likes it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Batman vs. Superman, same.
It was better-ish.
It was better.
I like the Bat. I love
mainly
Ben
because
Affleck.
Wonder Woman shows up.
Yeah, I love Ben Affleck Batman.
Yeah, but that whole both our moms and Martha thing.
Yeah.
Why did you say that name? Martha, why did you say that name?
Stop! Please, stop!
Why did you say that name?
It's his mother's name. It's his mother's name.
Martha.
Yeah.
Your mom's name.
How
Martha.
the hell are these people getting them hundreds of millions of dollars while we're struggling to get $2? Is
the best part is I heard Ben Affleck say in the interview that the movie almost was too smart.
You know, wealth and power, and the way power engenders fear, and there were a lot of really ideas that were a little bit too smart for me to understand, but that the movie was trafficking in, and that I thought made it feel real to me and smart, and so I was even more proud to be part of it.
And I hear that interview and I watch that movie and I'm like, how is this too smart for anybody?
Yeah, there's not too smart. But then they jacked it all up again because Wonder Woman 84 was terrible. And
it was like watching the 80s Wonder Woman with her running like that in place.
I didn't. Aquaman, it was okay.
It's like painful. Jason Momoa was just
okay.
Like, elaborate on that.
What do you mean?
Continued in part 2.